proceed with it. Come on, you gotta get down with your bad self. One of these days you'll dance with me.
Don't tell me to get on with my bad self or whatever the hell.
No, get down with your bad self. Get into it.
No.
Welcome to The Vibe Is Spoken. The only podcast that opens with the dance segment that if you're only listening to us, it's a little bit less fun. I'm Adelaide. That's Cameron. I have no notes today because I went to another Johnny Fairplay thingy. Yep.
And I live in Canada, so I didn't do that.
You just wait for fucking Marianne or Omer to do watch parties.
You know, even so, that's on the other side of the country, and I don't have money.
Right, it sounds like a you problem. Anyways, Survivor 46, episode 8, Hide and Seek. Soda got voted out yesterday, and everyone wants to take credit for it.
Everyone is responsible, except for Charlie and Maria, who are the most important cogs, the key people to actually make it happen, but they're not taking credit for it.
Almost like they're playing the best game, maybe.
They're very under the radar. It's working very well for them.
So I don't know if we talked about it last week, like the difference between like who, like, do you want to take credit for a move like this when Venus was like, yeah, I did it. So it was like, hell yeah, nice. Because then Tevin's like, I actually voted with Soda so that she would vote with me. Then I can also take credit for her getting voted out. And then Liz is like, I was actually the key pivotal player. None of y'all saw me. And I need to make a big move so you all see that I exist. And then Venus actually took credit for it, which I think is, correct. I don't know where you fall with it.
Here's the thing is like the Soda boot really is the first like big move of the season.
Yeah.
And I think being so outward. Here's the thing is like Venus is kind of the only person who I think should be openly and outwardly taking the credit for it. And it's not even because I'm like, oh, it boosts her resume, anything like that. It's more so just like everybody already is painting a target on Venus's back. It can't get any bigger, so you might as well say that it's you and get something going for you in case you do somehow make it to the end at this point.
I do like the idea of like, at what point is she just like, I don't know, this is a fine line I think for a player of, are you always a threat so you're always catching votes, so is that good for your game? Or are you bad at threat management and everyone had to fight to keep you around, so actually the power was out of your hands? And I'm curious, can she do anything with where she's at in the game currently?
We've got several weeks, several meaning a few, not 7 to find out.
No. According to Survivor lore, you are incorrect.
Sorry, we've got several weeks.
You're close. We have several days left. I think it's day 16 right now, so we're close to having several days left.
Yeah, I don't know. The word "several" has become corrupted.
I think you mean it's become great. And then they play hide and seek, and Keith thinks this is a strategy move.
It's so like this is the best way I can describe what we're getting from Q at this point. Is like Q thinks he's Boston Rob. We all sat here and we're like, Q is trying really hard to be Boston Rob. But Q isn't Boston Rob. Q is Coach.
That's foul.
Specifically, he is Survivor South Pacific Coach. Where he is, hear me out, he is ruling and taking charge of the game by being like, join the group where you're part of my group or we get rid of you. If you turn against me, I get rid of you. I take the page out of the Boston Rob playbook. But also, I'm irrational. I'm crazy. I say things that make no sense, like that Jack and Jill teaches you lessons about life, like the importance of family. But instead of Jack and Jill teaching you about the importance of family, the game of hide and seek teaches you that Ben can't be trusted because he put a shirt over his head and you didn't see him.
He's sneaky. You know, he's really good at hiding. He's an under the radar game.
Hunter put in a
he's
ton of
right
effort
above us.
climbing a tree. Okay, sure. He climbed a tree. Maria left her buff on while playing in a game of hide and seek. Yeah, you're on Survivor. You leave your buff on. Like, just all these random value judgments being thrown at people, and none of them have any basis. None of them mean anything.
I think it's wild how I did not like Q at all. Like I did not at all. I just think he was lower on everything for me. And now I need him to never get voted out because he's so fucking entertaining.
He's
every like big thing that he did, whether it was that or the rice negotiation or anything pre-tribal to tribal. Anytime Q had like a moment in the episode at the live event, everyone was like gasping or laughing or some kind of audible reaction. He is really, big entertainment.
It really is like I don't want to say it's like a train wreck of a game, because it wasn't until the very end of this week's episode. But like he's just like all over the place, going from like legitimately solid strategic insights, doing good work. Like back when it was just the Yanu tribe, like Q was doing a great job, was doing great work, was super well positioned. Things were going great for him. And he's just started imploding out of nowhere and going crazy. Like I like hide and seek as much as the next guy, but hide and seek's not going to tell me anything about you as a person. What it's going to tell me is what small spaces can you fit in, or are you good enough at climbing trees to hide in a tree? Are you going to just pull your shirt over your head like this and lay in the dirt?
The great Cornholio won hide and seek.
And he's like, Ben blends in. That's dangerous. And it's like, I'm sorry, Q. A and B have nothing to do with each other.
I will say, I do think it's really funny that this was like a clear indication that Hunter was going to win the immunity challenge, because he's already great with one pull. Why would he not be great with the other? And he's just, I almost wish we didn't see the spy nest in the preview for the episode, because we didn't see where he went. It would have been great. It's like, hey, oh, Hunter, and he's just in the
We just cut him up in the air. That's the thing is, once you realize they're playing hide and seek, immediately you're like, oh, this isn't a spy nest. This is just Hunter playing hide and seek. But it was still like apart from the fact where Q is delusional and none of this game means anything, like it was a very fun segment. I really liked it.
I really hope the Hunter does it again. Like, hey guys, I take a shit. Okay.
Like it's just and I think at this point, like last week, I didn't have Q like high on my like power ranking, didn't have him low on my power ranking. I think Q cannot win the game now. I think even if Q makes it to the end, Q is a 0 vote finalist.
Maybe like, such an
he's burned everyone. He's lost everyone's respect.
Imagine FTC where it's like the winner, Q and Venus. That's TV.
If you're talking about rumored millionaire Liz Wilcox beating Venus and Q in the final tribal, I see a vision. I see it. It's coming.
Okay, I hesitate to call him a friend. Someone who I talked to, unfortunately, says that today began Liz's winner edits because she motivated the soda votes, and she like was like social queen and like playing both sides but still getting Tevin out. And I just said she's getting a Gabler at it, and everyone got really mad at me.
I mean, that's literally like the kind of edit she's been getting, though.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much where we've been at. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. It's something else.
I don't want her to win because she's rich, but at the same time, I don't need a second Gabler. I don't need both white people to win the new era to be Gablers. I think like everyone else has been such dynamic and interesting winners, and then Gabler fucking sucks. Like when Erica is the second worst new era winner, I think that says a lot. Like she's great. In theory, we didn't see a lot. Then we get
Survivor 41 is
a season.
hard season for me to have objective opinions on because I watched it live after living through pandemic era. You don't get Survivor, and for that to be the first season back, cool.
Are you part of the crowd where Idled Out found that it was like the worst episode of all time was the 41 premiere?
Oh, the 41 premiere is nowhere close to the worst Survivor episode of all time. It's not even the worst episode of Survivor 41.
According to Idled Out, according to IMDb, it is the worst episode of all time. 2 spots above the merge episode of Island of the Idols.
Like the merge episode of Island of the Idols, like probably should be considered the worst episode of Survivor, but also like if we want to talk about terrible episodes even just in the new era, like the 2-part Hourglass episode where the first half we don't get an elimination, it ends with the cliffhanger of will Erica break the hourglass, and you have to wait a week. You had to wait a week to find out if she was going to smash it.
And this is why Roxroy is king by doing it in this. Or no, he did it in split episodes too.
No, it was just a 2-hour episode, I believe.
I forget. I need to rewatch.
I don't know. But the difference is that Roxroy was having a blast on his own little island, just making a shelter, enjoying being away from everyone, including his nagging wife. Roxroy is like the most dad dude we've ever.
Oh yeah, the old ball and chain.
Roxroy is underrated entertainment in the new era, and I will stand by that for a very long time. Anyways,
immunity challenge,
I guess is just what we talk about.
Yeah. And it's the poll. We all know the poll. Some of us have been on it a few times, and then Jeff brings out the bag of rice.
He doesn't stab it this time, which was sad.
I'll give. I don't know if I asked you this last time, because I don't rewatch our shit. But I want to know from you: would you step out of the challenge?
Of that challenge, absolutely. If it's like any challenge, I don't know. Of that challenge, absolutely. I weigh 240 pounds. I'm a large man with large feet, and I'm not the most strong dude in the world.
Say,
I would sit out without. I don't think I have a chance of winning that challenge.
I think the people need to own up to themselves. I think you said it best. Of like, there are 10 of us here. Only one of us can win the challenge. If you aren't confident that you can win this, let's just fucking eat. Like, it's that simple.
It's such a.
I would sit out. Yeah. For the record, Jeff Probst, if you're watching this, which if you're like mildly interested, we're probably getting 1 view from Survivor Casting. Like, you should sit out.
And there's also the thing of like they're like, oh, can we make a counter offer? Jeff goes, yeah, you could have a counter offer. Instead of 4 of you sitting on the challenge, 2 you give up your votes. And it's like,
that's
Jeff,
so stupid.
Yes, negotiation is we say, hey, can we try something else? And you offer an infinitely worse deal immediately. Like, just.
I do wonder if it was like, hey, one of you give up your votes if someone would do it.
Yeah. And like, this is the first time in the new era that they have chosen not to take the rice.
Yeah.
Which let Liz Wilcox eat. She's allergic to everything but rice and money.
That's such a great bar, though. Like,
it's not mine. I believe I saw Omer Omar from Survivor 42 tweet something along those lines. But it's a great joke. But yeah, like they don't take the rice. Q is upset, and then Q and Liz immediately drop out of the challenge, and Q is gonna claim that he's throwing the challenges still. But like, I don't even know at this point anymore, man. Q is maybe, again, going back to Coach, Q is one of the most unreliable narrators we've ever had in this show.
We've had 2 coaches this season. Q was our South Pacific coach, and Banu was our Tocantins coach.
Yeah, it's a
I'm having a
wild
great time. I'm loving this season now that we're out of the fucking pre-merge.
It's truly like 3 weeks ago we were like, this is a dark time. This is a low tier season of Survivor. And now we're like, this shit rocks. It's just fire. Let's go. But yeah, like they hang on the poles. Charlie bites the pole at one point.
And they slow-mo on it to show that he's really into it.
Yeah, and then he slides down, tries negotiating with Jeff again, which was kind of funny.
If that worked, it would have been the funniest fucking thing.
Very
like,
funny.
Well, even just like, no, I'm good. He's like, okay. If you get the energy to do that, my God, that would have been moment of all time.
But like, yeah, Hunter wins, which isn't completely surprising, especially after the tree thing. But in my brain, like, I always think that that's like skinny small woman challenge.
Yeah.
Like when I think of that challenge, and even they were saying like, oh yeah, like the record is 2 hours and Ozzy did it. And in my brain, I was like, yeah, but the best anyone's ever done at this challenge was Parvati in Heroes versus Villains. I think
that's because the holes were bigger,
hanging off to the side with one foot.
But okay, that's iconic, yes. But is anything as hot as Hunter doing like a deep like backstretch after he wins the challenge? I was wet. I don't know about
Aubrey
you.
Bracco, Gabby Pascuzzi, Anna Lil Nesson, or Hannah Shapiro. Her Instagram is like Hannah Lil Nesson or something.
Oh.
She was Hannah Shapiro when she played. I don't know if Lil Nesson is like a married last name or if it's just a thing.
I think the Hunter's hot, for the record.
Oh, I think objectively he is quite an attractive man. But I am a heterosexual who has a thing for girls with glasses.
For now.
I don't know what part of that is for now. But no, yes. I don't know what you want from me.
Dick. Okay, so he wins the challenge.
People are going to turn this show off.
No one's watching. It's 0 right now.
But they're going to come and watch the playback when they see this link in the Survivor Reddit page.
Whoever the crackhead from last week was, welcome back.
Dude, we gotta reach out to that guy and get him on the show.
Hey, dude, talk about your drugs, your ayahuasca experience.
Whatever you got going on, I need some of it, like for real, my guy. But yeah, then we get to the camp and they talk about stuff.
And everyone's like, yeah, let's blindside Tiffany. Okay.
Well, they're like, let's blindside Tevin. Let's get Tevin out. And then it's like, what if instead of Tevin, we got rid of Tiffany?
Which I will say, like, I was only rooting for Tevin to go because I didn't want Venus to go. Because I know that he was going to throw out Venus, like, as an alternate name.
Yeah.
It does remind me of Survivor 42, though. Where it's fucking Roxroy and Chanel almost immediately. And I got really upset. Because Q might also go next week. And that's just, it annoys me that this is happening again.
That's fair. I think it is a coincidence thing more than anything, but it's an unfortunately patterned coincidence thing that I don't feel qualified enough to talk about.
No, that's fair. I'm aware of it because like it's happened enough, and I've like, because it happened in 42, which was like one of the first seasons that I saw, I noticed the pattern more as I'm like watching through seasons.
For sure.
Yeah. And even though Tiffany's getting a really good winners at it, you don't think she's gonna win? I think it's gonna be hard for her to win.
It's
like, not great.
It's not like because we've seen now that she is not necessarily as under the radar as people
Yeah.
say, and this is where we get another big. I mean, it's not like Q narrated segment the whole time, but it's a big segment on Q where I know watching it sitting there, I was like, this is another Q coach mode of like saying one thing and then completely acting against said thing that you've said, where he's like, yeah, Tiffany wants to get rid of a member of the Six. We got to keep the Six together. We can't get rid of a member of the Six. So we got to get rid of Tiffany, who's a member of the Six. Like, that's not how alliances work.
It's even like um he brought in like it happened last week as well. He brought in the Six and immediately targets them, and then gets mad when someone else like is like, "Oh, they voted out Tim. Tiff flipped on the Six while flip on her," and then he still fucking votes out Tevin.
Well, here's the thing: is because he wanted to stay low with the Six, but Tim was like, "We got to get out Hunter," and Q was like, "Oh, you want to get out Hunter? But Hunter's a member of the Six. We can't get rid of a member of the Six, and because you said that, you have to leave."
But then
Member of
I
the
think
Six.
in this
And
week,
this week do the same thing.
he's
He
no,
does
this
the
week he's mad
same
at
thing.
Tiff. He's mad at Tiff for fucking voting her out and throws her under the bus to fucking Maria and Charlie,
It's
or Tevin and
just
Hunter, one of the two tribal pairs. Like
just such a
he's terrible. I love him.
because he throws her under the bus to Maria and Charlie because I remember at the tribal, Charlie is the one that says we know you have an idol to Tiffany. Like it's something else. But then like you've got the Tevin discussion, you've got the Tiffany discussion,
and
and
then
then Q tells Hunter.
my jaw was on the floor because
It's so good.
he's like, "Hey, play it down. We're gonna figure this out." And then Hunter tells people, he's like, "Why would he do that? I didn't ask him not to, because he wants to fucking not lose his number one."
Yeah, and he pulls together a group and is like, hey, can we figure out a different thing to do here? Please. Like, why does this make any sense? He's with us. Like, is making some salient points. And
And then
it's like ticking
Venus.
clock, we gotta go to tribal. And then we go to tribal.
No. And then we
No.
go to Venus.
Right, because
So
Venus
he's
walks
like-
over and he's like,
They're
no.
talking. They're gesturing at us over here. I'm gonna go talk to them. It's like,
Go away.
and then she
Be
starts
gone.
like pressuring about it, and then Liz is like, hey, "I'm sorry, it is okay. When you guys are done talking, I want to talk to you. Wrap your shit up. I'm gonna be over there."
It's just
The audacity.
and then we never
respectfully,
see anyone go over
love-
there really. We just
oh
cut
my
to tribal
God.
after commercial break.
Venus is amazing cat. She is my favorite casted person this season. Like, yes, she's my favorite, but she is such fucking great TV. Like, her and Q alone deserve an Emmy for casting for fucking reality TV. Incredible choices.
And to be fair,
And Bonnie,
because of
technically.
the cycle and how it would work, I believe that this would also count Survivor 45, where we get Emily Flippin.
And your self husband, Jacob
That's a
Kane.
weird way. That's a weird way to phrase my doppelganger, Jacob Kane.
You'd marry Jacob Kane.
If Jacob Kane was Aubrey Bracco, I would marry him in a second.
What, you marry Aubrey Bracco? Cameron's a threat.
Oh, this is true. You can't mention Survivor Deep Cut, Aubrey Bracco.
You can't mention a woman who
Who
got
played
second
a great
once.
game one time and also played Survivor 2 other times.
And then we go to Tribal. Or, speaking of Q, it's crazy.
I want to say before, I want to say
out.
before we get into
I'm
the specifics.
done.
Before we get into the specifics, the trailers, the teasers, all the promo leading up to this episode was like, this tribal is gonna be wild. It's something you've never seen before. And everyone was like, okay, so there's gonna be an idol play, or it's gonna go like a little bit live, and Jeff is gonna overplay. It's like, we've never seen anything like this before. I am so unbelievably happy. Like whatever the opposite of disappointment is, that's how I am pleasantly surprised in the best way by how much this lived up to the expectations that was being set for us. And not only lived up, surpassed. This is the best tribal council since Edge of Extinctions.
No way. No fucking way.
Absolutely.
I don't have a good rebuttal. But like it's
Name me a tribal council that was
I can't
it was
go through
more
fucking 8
entertaining and more
seasons.
interesting than this.
I've been through 8 fucking seasons. I can't.
It doesn't. It like since the Edge of Extinction, I'm Jumping Ship Tribal, we've had nothing in terms of excitement. We haven't had many live tribals. The closest we had was Heather trying to make a tribe alive in 41
Not
for
true.
no reason.
Not true. It also happened in 43, where Carla tried to trick everyone into thinking that she wasn't going to go home, and nothing happened. Nothing mattered.
That's the thing is, like, we haven't had a live tribal where things mattered, where things happened. Live tribal happened. Things happened. It went crazy. And I love it. I love, like there, I understand the like mid-30s Survivor live tribal fatigue.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why does it feel like every second or third tribal is going live and there's really no reason to? I get that. But every once in a while, a live tribal comes around that reinforces your love for Survivor and for tribal council specifically. And this is that. And we have Quintavious Q Burdett to thank.
You call him Qbert?
Q Burdett. That's his actual last name. He's Quintavious Burdett, aka Q.
I'm very happy no one has called him Qbert before today. At least on film.
So I guess we can get into what happens at Tribal.
I know Twitter like pointed it out, and it's like, oh my god, Kenzie winner at it. But it's so fucking funny that she was right. Like, you had to come back and be like, hey guys, vote me out. I think it's a game thing. I think this was game bullshit of him trying to stir up chaos and get the vote off of Tevin.
I got no clue. I got no idea.
I saw a poll, and it was literally 55-45.
Here's the thing is, next week, we're going to see a confessional where Q says, this was all intentional part of my game, stirring up chaos. But Q is an unreliable narrator.
This is, oh my god.
Q saying that this was intentional is like OJ saying he didn't kill those people.
The glove didn't fit. I don't know what to say.
It doesn't matter what he says. We saw what happened. We know. The evidence is right there. We can see it.
And everyone at Tribal is just like, I don't fucking know what's going on. Why are we doing this?
It's so good. So yeah, like they get like a couple. We got a couple hums and haws at the start of Tribal, and then they go to Q, and Q's like, nobody's got to worry. I'm going home tonight. And everyone goes, heh. All the cast members go, heh. We at home go, heh. And he explains, he's like, I made a mistake. My head got out of the game. Vote me out. You all can continue, start fresh. And Kenzie makes a great point where she's like, Q, I'm not starting fresh if you leave. I'm screwed. You are a number on my side. You are my ally. If you leave, that sucks for me. And so people start being like, Q, no, take it back. Don't go. Don't say it. Stick with whatever plans we've got. We'll figure it out.
Stick to the plan.
And then things just erupt into chaos.
Well,
Things are just-
the chaos is just like, are we still doing this? I think so. I don't get it. I don't understand. What the fuck? Why? But there is one important thing to come out of this. Because I don't think we mentioned that Q told Charlie about Tiff's idol this
I
episode.
mentioned exactly that.
I am tired.
That's
And
fair.
then Charlie's like, hey, don't freak out. I know you have your idol. Don't play it. How the fuck do you know? Q told me. That man is fucking dead.
And then Tiffany goes, "Hey, Kenzie, come here."
Well, no.
Get
Charlie's like,
over
don't tell
here.
anybody. Chill out. And then, okay, over here immediately.
Kenzie, come here. Guess what? Guess what? Q told Charlie and Maria.
His
It's like,
ass
this-
is grass.
But like, there's truly so much going on in terms of like, what are we gonna do now? Because you have like the initial whispers of like, do we go along with this? Do we not? Like, people aren't getting up at first, but there's just like whispering and stuff happening where they're like, do we vote for Q? Do we not vote for Q? Like, what's the plan? And then people start getting up, and it's like, no, like, stick with the Tiffany plan. No, stick with the Tevin plan. And then it's like, well, no, Q is being crazy, and I don't want to work with Q. Let's get rid of Q. And then it's like, and then they're like, okay, everything's gone to shit. Can we just vote Venus out? Like, I don't know. And then Liz is like, no, I'm writing Tevin, and you can't stop me. And then it's like, hey, we know about your idol. Q told us. And then he's like, Kenzie, come here. We're like, hey, I think we should get rid of Q. Q's crazy and ridiculous, and we can't work with him. And Hunter and Tevin are like, this is the stupidest bullshit that's ever happened. What is going on?
I would love if they're just like, hey, Jeff, this needs more time. Can we come back in like 2 hours? And they just leave.
Well, here's the thing about Tribal is like it's well established. Tribal does not have a set time limit. Tribal is based on how long the players keep it going for and how long Jeff feels like it's good to go for. If something like that's happening and it keeps happening, it's still great. He's gonna let it keep happening.
Could I just take a nap in the middle of Tribal? So yeah, guys, so you keep talking. I'll see you in the morning.
It's just all this scrambling and insanity and craziness for an 8-2 vote to flush an extra vote, an advantage that has only successfully been used once in the history of it being in the game.
I so wish that we could have I just need the wide shot uncut, however long that is. I need to see them run back and forth.
Dude, it's so I loved this episode. I loved this Tribal. Man, when I texted you yesterday afternoon, it was like, hey, I've got a final in the morning, so let's just not do an episode. And then our friend Matthew messaged me.
Sure.
He was like, weird episode to skip. And I hadn't seen the episode yet, but the two of you had, because it hadn't aired in my time zone yet. And it finished for the two of you. And I was like, well, based off of what you said, if it's that good, I guess I could stay up late and we could film this. And then we were like, let's just do it tomorrow. I was like, cool.
And then we're still tired.
You know.
And I don't remember anything from the next time on Survivor. I don't know if you know.
It's a lot of just like vague one-liners, really.
Mm.
I don't remember anything super specific.
Liz goes next week. I can feel it. It was like a boring like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Oops. It's probably like a safe vote. Either her or Venus.
Here's the thing: is I could see the safe, boring vote being Q now.
Yeah, I don't
know anymore. I don't know.
Maybe I'm crazy.
What's happening.
Maybe I'm crazy. But if someone is that chaotic, are they really that scary? Because like, yes, they can flip on you, but also, are they going to do anything sensible that's actually going to like lead to anything monumental?
It's so that is a big dilemma that like always exists in Survivor. It happened in the most recent season of Australian Survivor. I assume you have not gotten to the point.
I stopped where I stopped at like episode 3 or something. It's just so many episodes.
Okay. There is a player in Australian Survivor Titans versus Rebels, I will not name, who like is not a good player, is very chaotic, very erratic and irrational, very emotional, not playing with their head, their thoughts at all. Um, but like is ingrained in the biggest player of the season at like their point in time's power structure, like in the alliance on side. And the big player of the season, it's like 1 or 2 votes before the merge, and this player is like, I can't deal with her anymore, and I need to just get rid of her because I can't trust that I'm going to be able to work with her moving forwards. And that is also a great tribal because it ends with the greatest post being voted out that has ever happened in the history of Survivor, where someone does the big twist reveal of like, I've been lying about my job. Let me tell you what I really am. And everyone's like, huh? What? Not because they're like, oh my God, big reveal, but because they're all like, that makes 0 sense. And frankly, I'm scared of the fact that you have this job. Where this like crazy, irrational woman comes out and is like, I have been lying to you. I am not like, I think her lie was like, I am not like an addictions counselor or whatever.
Oh,
I
the therapist.
Yeah,
Right?
I
Yeah.
am a registered psychologist and therapist. And everyone sits there and they go, what? Huh?
Because her being one is weird.
It's scary. It's the Jatia nuclear engineer factor.
I would love okay. I'm okay if we do a returnee season of 3 tribes of 6, but it's the holy shit tribe, it's the what the fuck tribe, and the huh tribe of just your reaction to them playing the game.
Man, Jatia.
Imagine just Jatia and Q on the same tribe.
Oh, that's the all-star cast dreams are made of. Who do you get? You get like a Jatia, you get a Q. You bring back Garrett because Garrett had moments on Kageyana, and you put him and Jatia on the same tribe.
Here's the thing. I think you have to bring back like big names to make it really mean something. You have to put JC on the what the fuck tribe.
Yeah, at this point, he's lost it, man. Like,
I think it's fair to be like, hey, I already won. I played the best game theoretically possible. I'm playing with house money. Time to go fucking wild.
and that is like the widely accepted theory of JT at this point is like he won, he played the perfect game. At this point, he's playing to have fun, take big swings, and see if they work. And like, I can't blame him. I can't fault him. Like, we'll do it. Ooh, you know who we have to put on the tribe for them playing the game is we got to put Leaf from One World, who was explicitly told, "Hey, our tribe wants to give up immunity. If we give up immunity, you will be getting the votes and going home."
Okay,
And he
sure.
goes, "Yeah, sure." And then he stays.
That's seriously, that's such king shit though. Of like, oh,
And he stays
right.
because Colton was racist.
Why did we invite Bill back? Like, I know he got fucked. Bill deserves put Bill
Bill,
in second chances.
absolutely. Bill got screwed over by, I mean, not the worst person to ever play Survivor, but like
Top 10.
probably top 10. I don't think I'd put him top 5,
No.
but like,
Jeff, I know you're watching. You're our one viewer right now. Let's do Cambodia again. But it's only people pre-season 31. Just same exact group. Imagine the kind of people you can get.
it would be like there's so many great people who have. I stand by. We deserve to live in a world where Shane Powers got picked to play on Second Chance. We deserve a world where no longer is Shane Powers fighting with Courtney, but put Shane Powers and Vetus on the same tribe, where Vetus is doing his whole
We
creepy
were
yoga
so
shtick.
close. We were so close to getting T-Bird in another season. I've only barely started Africa, but T-Bird should play more.
T-Bird is fun, but like we didn't need noted anti-Semite Kimmy Kappenberg. We didn't need noted transphobe Jeff Varner.
He's
We
a
didn't
rat.
need. We didn't. I was gonna say Troy Zane and Brett Culpepper, but they both didn't make the vote and got put on Game Changers, which we didn't need that either. Who else made Kim? We didn't need Monica Padilla. Who is Monica Padilla?
She is truly. I think she is the most readable person there because she doesn't really have any story. Like I think she's one of the most under-edited returnees ever.
She's not even the most under-edited returnee on Cambodia.
I think she's one of. I think that she got like no time.
I mean, yeah, because she's Monica Padilla. Who? She played on Samoa.
I think
right?
I think it was Samoa.
Yeah. The fact that I don't confidently know, I think says all you need to know.
I'm tired. We should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you next Wednesday for a normal
Connor
episode.
win.
Actually, I don't know. I'll have to talk to him because I might be going to a friend's place. We'll see.
That's fair. I also have another final on I have 2 finals next Thursday, so we might.
Jesus
postpone this
Christ. We'll see you in a week. Actually, bye.